Hey folks, welcome back. As the war in Ukraine continues, one documentarian strives to put a light on the real events happening in the country. His four-part series, My Summer in Ukraine, debuts its second episode this weekend. And joining me now is the creator, Robert Rose, to talk more. Welcome on the show, Robert.
Hey guys, sorry I'm in my vehicle because I'm traveling. I do host a travel show, so it makes sense, right?
Absolutely. It makes sense. You are everywhere and anywhere, and you were in Ukraine for a summer documenting everything happening. So walk me through why you decided to make a documentary like this.
Well, I've been traveling to Ukraine since 2012, but I filmed there for RawTravel twice in 2019. And that was the trip that really changed everything for me because it was after the Maidan Revolution of 2014. Where Ukrainians basically overthrew the Russian puppet government that they had and were making a move. They wanted to be more westward leaning. And that's when Russia began its first invasion in 2014, overtaking Crimea. So I just saw these very patriotic, very dedicated people who loved their country, met a lot of people, met a lot of musicians and artists and creative energy, and the energy was infectious. So when the full invasion began, I knew people, and I knew that I had to go back and tell their story. And I didn't know what to expect, but I knew that whatever stories were there, I wanted to tell them.
Absolutely. And what are some of the notable things you filmed while on your journey?
Well, I mean, I initially hooked up with a humanitarian from Arizona. His name's Mark Carey, and he had been going and is still going to do various missions, probably, half a dozen times. And he and his humanitarian partner, who's from the United Kingdom, Jaime Dunn, have been going since the early days of the invasion when you really didn't know what to expect. So they invited me along in their van, a van that they had crowdsourced. And they crowdsource all these humanitarian aid and they take it and deliver it to places like Kherson, Mykolaiv, Kharkiv. And so riding with them, documenting their experience, the Kakhovka Dam had just been destroyed by Russia. And that's what you're going to see this weekend is us going to Kherson. It was probably the most dangerous part of the journey. I, of course, had never been under fire before, so that was a first for me.
Yeah.
But being with these experienced guys really helped me a lot. So those were the main things I did. But I also got to experience a kamikaze drone school when that was just beginning. And of course, in a military hospital, which people will see in later episodes as you see the devastating effects of war.
Absolutely. And with documentaries like this, I think something people forget to acknowledge is the toll it takes on the documentarian. So how did you mentally prepare to cover something like this that could be very traumatizing?
Well, first of all, I was extremely nervous. I got locked in an ATM in Lviv just because I couldn't find the button to get out
Oh my
on a
gosh.
weekend and had to get rescued by some passerbys and a young soldier. And I was just scared to get in an elevator because I heard stories about people getting stuck in elevators when the electricity goes out during a bombing attack. So I was walking like 9 stories up to my apartment share. But eventually, the calmness is contagious, and Ukrainians are stoic people. They're strong. Of course, they're humans. They should never have to go through this. But the energy that they put forth, their courage was contagious. And so really, at this point, I'm going back again this summer. I just prepared. I'm just going to be nervous till I get there. And once I get there, the calmness just overtakes me. And that's by being with those folks who really go to pains to make sure that you're taken care of. It's funny, you're there to help them.
Yeah.
And they ended up helping me to the point that I didn't want to leave. And I can't wait to go back.
Well, tell me a little bit about the condition of the veterans from this war. You mentioned in your biography that there were a lot of injured veterans you came across while filming this. So tell me a little bit more about that.
First of all, just walking on the street, no matter where you go, like Lviv, which is in the western part of Ukraine, has been less touched by the war than the eastern part. But you'll see a lot of refugees walking around amputations, soldiers without legs. I've been told there are more amputees in Ukraine right now than in all of World War I. This is going to be huge, a recovery process. I did visit a military hospital where recently wounded soldiers were there. They were missing limbs. And what shocked me is that I was really prepared to be really depressed, bummed out, just trying to keep it together. I didn't want to cry in front of them.
Yeah.
I'm a crier, but I didn't. And the reason I didn't is because they were upbeat and positive, and the volunteers were upbeat and positive. And so I've heard since then, been told that, you know, if their injuries aren't too severe, if they've just lost a hand and they get a good prosthetic, they will often go back to the front line and fight. So that to me just encapsulates Ukrainian courage and basically, but you know, to me, that's why I started a website, RawTravelUkraine.com, because this war is far from over. We're going to have to stay steadfast with them for a while. We need to come to grips with that and understand what's at stake. And then
Yeah.
we need to help them rebuild. And that's going to take decades. We've got to
Absolutely.
demine the country and help them overcome this trauma.
Yes. Robert, thank you so much. Moving stuff. We'll be right back with more just after this.